I forgot what I was gonna say. Time travel. Is it real? Or is it just a fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Sorry, that's a song. Today, we're gonna find out. In the distant future, when time travel is available to everyone, I am gonna come back to this exact moment in time and let us know if it's real. You see my shirt? All right, sorry guys, I guess it's not real. That's a bummer. No, it is real. Metaphorical time travel, mental time travel. Christmas, 2009. You just got Modern Warfare 2. If you were really lucky, your parents had some money, you might even got the version with the night vision goggles. That was awesome. I didn't get that, right? But you have an ACR, a noob tube, one-man army perk, and you are about to learn so many new slurs. Oh, what a great time. That was such a great time. You know, until 3 days later when the drummer from Avenged Sevenfold died.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I just made myself sad. Merry Christmas, everyone. We are out here today talking about the PSA JAKL. It's not an ACR, but I mean, come on, it's an ACR, right? I mean, that's an ACR clone. I mean, we all know it. They know it. They just, they can't call it that. We all know what it is. Myself, like many of you, like many young boys, grew up playing a lot of video games. And despite our mother's insistence that it would make us psychopathic murderers, it mainly just turned us into raving nerds about history, about guns. And I am definitely no exception. I remember, Ghost Recon, Modern Warfare 2, Battlefield 3, and man, the ACR was just, it was so cool. Just such an awesome rifle. And, it's a lot of those games just made us fall in love and just have a huge interest with certain weapons and certain designs. It's something that most of it we wanted, but a lot of us never thought we would really get. And as filming right now, when I looked, I think last night when I looked up the Bushmaster ACRs on Gunbroker, I think they're going for almost like $3,000, like 25 to $3,000. That is an insane number. I remember, just it seems like a few years ago, they were, $1,500. And PSA just continues to roll out cool stuff. I know this didn't start out as a ACR project for them, but I am so glad they went that direction with it. I mean, that tickles every nostalgic fiber of my 12-year-old gamer brain. Like that is so cool. It's close enough where I don't care about the minor details. There are some differences. Price is a big one. Let's talk about a little bit of those differences real quick. I haven't even fired this thing yet. We're going to go sight it in. We're going to do some filming. It is windy. It is rainy. It is nasty outside today here in Texas. And so I just like broke into some random people's shop. I'm going to film inside with the talking portion. And then we'll go out there. We'll brave the elements. We will run this thing a little bit. Let me get my Santa hat. There we go. It looks good. The first impression of this thing, the second I pulled it out of the box, this thing's heavy. It is very heavy. This thing is 9 pounds like it sets right now. For example, one second. All right, Steyr AUG, beautiful. Fully loaded, Comp M4, 9 pounds. 9 pounds loaded. Unloaded, this is 9 pounds. This has got a Comp M4, this has got a Neotech. Like that is insane, and all that weight's up front. the barrel, the forend, and so it's very front heavy. Of course, all this is towards the rear, makes it a little more balanced. I was under the impression that this forend was polymer, you know, kind of like I'm gonna say like the original ACR. I can't confirm that because I've never had one, but I'm pretty sure they're polymer. And you can see very, very beefy barrel, gas system. All this is, I'm assuming, billet aluminum. It's a heavy rifle, very heavy, much heavier than I anticipated. And of course, the original ACR had a ambidextrous charging handle with little paddles off both sides, and it would kind of pivot the direction that you pulled. The real ACR also has a quick change barrel system. Didn't think to mention that while I was filming, but clearly the JAKL does not have that. Besides that, it's pretty close. It is a pretty close representation. Of course, you got your the classic ACR stock, the folding stock. That is amazing, love that. AR features here, including the safety. Very just straight up AR safety, AR trigger group. This upper will fit on AR lowers. But I mean, come on, like 90% of this is the stock for me. I mean, that's just wicked. One quick note that we will be trying to figure out. This right here is an 8-position gas block. The manual only shows instructions for 4 positions. So I'm assuming it was a 4-position and they haven't updated the manual yet. We'll have to play with that a little bit. PSA, if you don't mind upgrading that manual a little bit. Full disclosure time. What is my relationship with PSA? I'm glad you asked. They sent me this rifle because I went on their website and purchased it. That's about it. No, they don't know who I am. They don't care about me. And what do I got, like 200 subscribers now? 226 subscribers. They should care about you because I care about you. Love you guys. Appreciate you subscribing. Appreciate you watching. I know I don't really push for the whole subscribe thing. This isn't something I'm really pursuing. It's just, I know how hard it is to save up money and buy these kinds of things. And, sometimes I'll go ahead and get myself something. And I figure if I can throw a data point out there to help you make an informed purchase, then, awesome. One more data point and a sea of data that can help you make an informed decision. So enough talk. Let's go run this thing a little bit. I have no clue if you guys can hear or see me. I know you can see me right now. I haven't used this tripod in a little while. Unfortunately, my buddy that usually films for me couldn't make it today, so miss you, man. Hope your gynecologist appointment goes good. Get to feeling better. Yeah, those headsets died. I left them on for since Thanksgiving. First thing of note, I think I talked about it already. This rifle is very heavy. According to the bathroom scale, both it and I need to lay off Christmas cookies. This sucker is 9 pounds unloaded. I am much more than 9 pounds, I promise. I got a bunch of mags today. Got a couple hundred rounds loaded up. We're gonna do some sighting in, do some shooting. We'll back up, 200 yards or so. We're just gonna play around with it a little bit. So begins the process of tuning the gas system. Until about position 7, it did not cycle reliably. Once I got to my steel case, I had to bump it up to position 8, and it still didn't run reliably. It would extract, reset the trigger, but it wouldn't have enough to pick up the next round.
Okay, it did not eject. It did cycle the hammer, though, because I reset my trigger. So now we should be on, hold on. Okay, that's 8. We're going to back it off to 7. We're on 6. We're going to 7 here.
This would be a lot better if I was prone or rested, but, if I was a professional, I'd be prepared, but, I'm not. All right, so it definitely doesn't like steel case, which I don't run a lot of steel case, but I had a few hundred rounds from the stocking up at the toilet paper apocalypse. So I figured I'd run it and see if it runs. We're wide open on position 8. That's warm. and it's still not cycling, but I feel like I'm fairly zeroed. We're gonna repaint and we're gonna back it up. All right, so we're not quite at 200. We're about as far back as I could get, right in this area because of all the brush and cactus and stuff. Pretty far though. There's our targets right in there. Not quite 200, I think about 170, 180. So I might be slightly off my zero, but it is a nasty mud pit out here right now. I'm not laying down in that. I got Christmas stuff to do at church and with family later, so I'm trying to stay somewhat clean today. I know I could take a shower, but hey, you know what? Showers are for Saturday. Oh wait, it is Saturday. Okay, you know what? Fair point. Fair point. It's bath day. It's cycling still right now. I might have talked too soon, but you did have a stoppage, PSA. So, like you care what I say. Oh, I called it. It's not cycling enough to pick up that next round. It's a couple of different mags now, so it's definitely non-reciprocating. I just put my hand there on accident. That's good. That's good. Nobody wants to lose a piece of skin from that. In fact, I will show you. Riding the charging handle. And we're good. This thing's really cool. I'm really liking it. It just tickles every ACR desire I've ever had in my life. It's so cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm going slightly to the left there. Or no, I mean right. Sorry, I'm going right. I have to hold slightly left. So. Yeah, it's not liking that steel case. All right, we're empty. How cool it'd be if I could put you up in this tree somewhere. That'd be pretty sick, I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, she runs fine with breasts. The steel's already getting on my nerves. Weather's picking up a little bit. I don't know if y'all can hear those smaller targets. Probably not from here. So, there we go. First shots with the PSA JAKL. Just a really, really cool looking rifle. Does not like steel case at all. So if you're a steel case guy, might not be the right choice for you. I could really tell though a difference. That Talamo 223 was very underpowered compared to the other stuff. The blast, the concussion, the fireball, all that was significantly less on that Talamo 223 versus any of the other stuff I shot. I can't say I'm really too worried about that. Cycled great with everything else. I had Winchester Ranger, I had PPU, I had some Perfecta, I had some PMC. What else? I had one more, I think just Federal, just like Walmart Federal, 55 grain. I think that's even 223, and that still ran, but I did not like the steel case Talamo. Trigger is actually pretty good. This is just a stock trigger. I had a 2-stage LaRue that I was thinking about just putting in here because I really like that trigger, but slight creep on it, very little. Definitely kind of a mil spec, but it's like an enhanced mil spec. It's actually pretty good. I'm not trying to go with, competition, 2-pound trigger or something. I actually really like this trigger. I don't know if I'll change it or not. What don't I like? Let's see. Charger handle's not bad. I had no problem, running all the regular AR controls. I can't really think of something on here I don't really like. Let me think. The weight. The recoil is very smooth because it is a very heavy piston gun. The stock adjustment, I don't like that much. I feel like the, grab and pull AR style is better. But I mean, the whole point of this thing is ACR, right? One thing I think is worth mentioning is the gas block positions are not marked. There's no marks on it. You can kind of remember the different, but that's all the way, I don't know if I'm saying it right. That's all the way closed, all the way open. I guess all the way open because that's, it's not gonna like cycle at all. Your gas is bleeding off. And then I guess you close it down. Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, this is all the gas, adverse setting. And for the brass, I could pretty much run it backed off 1. And the steel, it still didn't cycle even all the way. But I'm probably going to come in here with a punch and put a small mark somewhere in here. Probably, yeah, maybe there. I don't know. Probably come in here with the punch, put me a little mark on there just to help me identify it. I think paint or anything like that will just burn off. I've been editing this stuff this afternoon, and I gotta say, I probably cut out like 20, a little under 20 minutes of just insane ramblings. I probably repeated myself 2 to 3 times. And I hope that my everyday conversations with people, coworkers, family, friends, are not as chaotic and messy as what I present on camera, because if so, I am so sorry. I apologize. that was a nightmare to edit. Like I don't know. I don't know if I need to write scripts or something. It's weird when you're alone. I think bouncing ideas off, my buddies or whoever's filming, like, I don't know, that feels a little more natural. There's a lot of footage I have that I've never made into videos just because I'm missing so many pieces. I don't know. Maybe I should write it out. I got to write out something. I don't know. Just, yeah, it was revealing. Well, I hope the video was helpful. I hope if somebody was interested that, give a little insight. Throw out any questions you got about that thing, man. I'm sure I missed plenty. And I'll see you guys next time. That about wraps it up for me. I hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's too bad. I hope you have a Merry Christmas anyways. We're going to force you to have a Merry Christmas.